Hi, my name is Amanda Moeller, and I'm with Legal GraphicWorks, and we're a litigation consulting company, and we provide a number of services to our clients, one of which is graphics. Within the idea of graphics, we do a number of things, but one of those things are PowerPoint polishes or refreshes. These are wonderful services that our clients really enjoy. We can take what our client has, if they already have an existing PowerPoint that they've created because they like the idea of creating a PowerPoint to prepare for trial or mediation. We can take Word documents, we can even take handwritten notes and turn those into a PowerPoint for our client. Um, these are just a few examples of some of the PowerPoints we've taken. So here you can see it's just a general table. It's pretty boring. It's got a lot of numbers. Nothing really stands out. But in this situation, you could add a little dial here so you could scroll down and see all of the numbers in the order that you want. And this also allows you to control the receipt of information. This is really beneficial and can add a lot to your PowerPoint. This type of engaging movement and animation really will help guide the viewer's attention. This is a timeline that our client created. It looks great. There's a lot of call outs. It's very busy. And this is one that we were able to change up a little bit for them. We were able to highlight certain things that were really important to their case. We made things consistent, so you were able to see all of the dates all together. We changed them from numbers to abbreviated names, and we added some interactivity. So you could click on this document and it would go to a screen where the document would pop up. We can take, if you have a timeline that's written out, or you just have a big stack of medical documents and you want to do a medical chronology, we could do something like that. Another thing we do is we can prepare PowerPoints for your internal purposes, or if you want to do a presentation for a client, or if you're doing a CLE, or anything you need, even if it's outside the courtroom. Rather than having, a simple list with your PowerPoint, we turn this into a map, which is obviously easier to see, easier to understand, and certainly more engaging. We're also able to take, information and turn it into a graphic with some movement. And this is a great situation. It's sort of like a flow chart where you can move from one idea to the other. Again, this animation just really helps guide the viewer's attention. We can also take your PowerPoints and just make them a little bit more consistent. So say you want to have, some call outs from some documents. We can take those documents, add the call outs, bring some attention to some of the numbers. We can also reformat whether you have a deposition just to make it a little bit easier to see and a little bit easier to understand. All of these little details really do help bring your PowerPoint to life and make it more than just a situation where you're reading slides to the viewer or the trier of fact. You're actually conveying information. And as we all know, here's another situation. This was kind of a org chart of a company. When you show information visually, you're able to, retain it longer, and you're able to understand it faster. So this shows exactly, how much they were buying, and it's just a much more interesting way to convey the information. We can also work within a budget. So if you have a certain amount that you want us to work within, we can do that too. We can give recommendations of how long we think the refresh will take. It's just a great opportunity to really bring your PowerPoints to life. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us, and we would love to have the opportunity to support you, whether it's on a case, a CLE, a presentation, a mediation, anything at all. Thank you so much for your time.